Tuesday, March 3rd. This is a pre-opening video on the SPY about 20 minutes before the open here. I'm still holding on to some 685 puts that I bought yesterday that I described in the video. They closed at 514. You can see down here they have a delta of 8.84, and obviously this morning they're going to open up big to the downside here. So I held on to some puts, just given my context that I described yesterday, where I thought these lows down here were likely to be tested before we moved higher, just given the nature that people thought they were buying at support, and that's a good thing. But the environment and everything else is not a positive one. And again, I'm not surprised that while we could have done it yesterday, we didn't. But today we are gapping down to take out these lows. So we're going to open up probably 10 points higher here, I would say. You can take some nice gains on any overnight trades you might be holding. If not, then the key thing here, I just wanted to go over it. This yellow line to me is very important. That's the open of yesterday, which is the open of the month. And you can see we're starting below that this morning. And on the monthly chart here, we're going to go below this yellow line this morning. Price is down here. That's going to give us a 2-down month. And the question is, if we stay below that open, then we're going to this lower yellow line is the next target, which is the 671 area. So if we look at, this daily chart here, we're opening down here, and our next monthly target is this pivot here, 671. Let's see if we get there, right out of the gates this morning. And then what happens at that inflection point? We could be setting up a big higher high and lower low kind of environment here to go a lot lower if we break through there. Or we could just be in a choppy range here, and the buying might come in, like it did yesterday. But the 15-minute chart will let us know, at this open, do we immediately go right up like we did yesterday, or is it possible that we start, on a higher time frame going a lot lower? So we're going to watch for that. This yellow line to me is very important for the rest of the month. It's early in the month here, so we have plenty of time, to either hold below there and go a lot lower, or if it wants to fail down in this choppy area right in here, we can come back through the open and keep the month green. So that's kind of what I'm really looking for, not only for today, for the rest of the month, to see, if we can stay biased to the downside or not in this environment. And as long as we are below the yellow line, I'm going to look for sell opportunities to each new successive target that might unfold. Here's the first one. Then we see what happens at that inflection point, and we go day by day. We want to see each day, do we stay below the midpoint of the prior day, and how we close, do we close red, or do we have failures down there and start coming back through the range to the upside? But that's a day-to-day type of thing. But for today, we're below the midpoint of the prior day. We're hitting our first targets. We have secondary targets down here that we want to watch how opening price, leads us to or not. And this yellow line to me is a very important line, the open of the month, to determine, really what the bias will be for the next several days and for the next several weeks.